What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary, it can be risky, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even got started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business, okay? So click the button below and schedule your call, and let's see if we're a right fit for each other. What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network, and the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary, it can be risky, and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So with the 1010 program, I decided, you know what? Let's guarantee you success. Let's put you together with a one-on-one mentor. Let's give you unlimited leads, and let's guarantee you that you can get to at least 10 grand a month in contracts. So whether you're already in business or whether you haven't even got started yet, the 1010 program can work for you and assure you that you will grow at least by $10,000 per month in recurring commercial cleaning contracts. So if this sounds like something that you want to do, click that button below and go ahead and book a call with me. And listen, this is not like a franchise opportunity. These will be your accounts that you actually own, not some franchise middlemaning you. This is actually a guarantee. These will be your actual contracts. This will be your actual business, okay? So click the button below and schedule your call, and let's see if we're a right fit for each other. Are you looking to start your own cleaning company?
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.
What's going on, coaches? How y'all doing?
Good. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Brandon, what's going on, brother?
Happy Friday, brothers.
All right. Can barely hear you. Brandon.
You can barely hear me?
Yeah, it's real low.
What about now?
That's better.
That's better?
Yeah, that's a little better. But we'll until you get that taken care of, we're good. We'll just keep rocking. I was on another call with AJ doing the cold calling webinar he was doing. So I was over there and also working on a proposal. So I wanted to get this started. He should join us shortly. So how's everybody's day going so far?
So far, so good, man. It's Friday. Just still getting to it, man. Jumped on the cold calling little session that AJ was doing for a little bit there.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were on there. Yeah, Brandon, let's go ahead and put that headset back on.
Keep getting all the feedback, right?
Yeah, we're getting all the feedback now. Yeah, we'll make it work. Yeah, because that was loud. Are you at Starbucks?
Man, I'm not at Starbucks. I am at a, and if anybody didn't know, like I'm an avid coffee drinker, man. I love coffee. So I pop into like privately owned coffee shops all the time.
I love those. Yeah.
Spots. Yeah, this is one of my favorite spots right here. So my next venture after I retire will be starting a coffee shop. Yeah.
That's all good. But yeah, so just to kind of start the room up a little bit, this is the 1010 program. I am one of the coaches in the 1010 program, Sherman Lewis, the owner of Squeaky Clean. commercial cleaning, also Clean Success Academy, Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions. And you can reach me on social media on YouTube at Sherman Lewis Official. And you can reach me on that website also at Sherman Lewis Official. So you guys let them know how they can reach you and who you are and what basically you do for the 1010 program and kind of your experience so far, I guess.
Yeah, man. My name is Tony Williams, CBN veteran, former cleaning business owner, still heavily involved in the industry. I am a CBN coach, consultant, however we want to look at it. And, I'm just here to add as much value as I can. Expertise, leadership, mindset, sales, operations, like really all aspects. I'm not going to, let me not say expertise, like what my areas of specialty are. So I'm still working on crafting some more mastery in those areas. So however I can help, man.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Is that a little bit better? Oh no.
Yeah, that's a little better.
It's a little bit better. My name is Brandon Orr, cleaning business entrepreneur, turned sales coach. Sales 12 to 15 years in corporate, utilize that knowledge over in the cleaning and facility sector, and now I help other cleaning business entrepreneurs sell better and close more deals. So however I can help or be of assistance to anyone, I am here, and I could be found at I am Brandon Orr on YouTube as well as Instagram.
Yeah. How does that sound to you, Tony? It sounds still low?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just make sure it wasn't on my end because my internet's been acting up. So yeah. So yeah, it is still a little low, Brandon, but we'll try to work with it and see what we can do. And what's going on, AJ? We were just introducing ourselves, so I guess you are next in line.
Is it just me or did everybody else freeze?
Can you hear me, AJ?
Okay, I hear you now. I think I froze for a second. And there we go.
There we go. Yeah, we already went around the room and said who we are and all that stuff. So it's your turn. You came in at the perfect time.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. Some like to call me the Cleaning Business GOAT. And I'm here to help y'all. We all here to help y'all. We have a program called the 1010 program where we help you grow to $10,000 in recurring commercial cleaning contracts every month. And if you're already doing it, well, we're going to help you grow some more by 10 grand per month. All right. So that's what we're here for, to answer y'all questions. Really drop your questions below. Also, let us know where y'all checking in from so we can shout out your city and state. And we'd like to know, you know what I mean? Like to know where y'all checking in from, see what our audience is and all that good stuff. Thank y'all for holding it down. Right. Thank you, Sherman, for coming setting up the room. Thank y'all for showing up. I think it's going to be a good Friday today, y'all. How we feeling?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good. I can't complain.
Yeah. Like I was telling you before, I'm working on a proposal on a walkthrough I did yesterday, and I got it, to be honest. It was really cool. I got it from Leo from Combat Cleaning.
Oh, nice.
So we've been doing that. If I have an account that it really doesn't align with me, I'll send it to him, see if he's interested. He does the same thing. So we've been actually working together for a while now, giving each other, kind of opportunities back and forth. So
that's what's up.
The CBN connection.
For sure. That's why it pays all to be part of a networking group like CBN, man, for sure. Yeah. For sure. So how bad did I do on that cold call training right there?
Actually, you did good, but you do need to talk to your VAs though.
For sure, right? For sure.
I was like, oh, he's gonna be mad. He's gonna be
right.
Mad.
I'm telling you, man. It's like no matter how many times you tell certain people things or your workers, it's like they still gonna do what they want to do, right? And it's like I ain't gonna lie. In the beginning, I used to just let it roll because I'm like, they done set more appointments than I have in my life. So who am I to tell them? But it's like now that I've been doing this for a while and I studied the stuff. So it's like, nah, it's definitely time for me to kind of check them and make sure that they're doing things the correct way. So, but yeah, man, I thought I was looking for Brandon because Brandon, he be coming up there, be killing them cold calls, man. I was hoping he would show up. I was like, do one for me.
Yeah, you need to do a class or something.
Yeah, man, I wanted to hop on. I had something else, but I definitely wanted to hop on that. That's fun stuff right there. That's good stuff.
For sure. Shout out to my guy Shannon checking in. Mahar said what's good. Ho said what's up, brother. Just checking in. Appreciate you checking in with us.
Yep.
All right. Who else we got? We got Miguel Hernandez, CBN member as well. So both of y'all, shout out to Mahal's also CBN member as well. And then Miguel is also CBN, checking in from LA. Appreciate that. Out there on the West Coast. So it's a little early for him, not too early, but a little early. All right, well, what we got on our mind, y'all? Because we freestyle until y'all answer our questions. So what y'all got? Anybody got something brewing that they want to kind of unpack here?
Man, just want to stress it again, man. We hit on this a little bit last week, but I'll be interested in how you all handle it, and because I know for sure that we have people inside of the network, outside of the network, people that are watching, people that are thinking about joining 1010, people that are thinking about just starting a cleaning business and starting a business in general. Um, you know, how do you all go about protecting your time? Like particularly the your prospecting time. Like time where you are filling your pipeline up, like, you know, um I've been in sales for a while. Brandon's been in sales for longer than me. You two have been in sales as well. And we all know that even when it's your own business, a lot of times that even though it's the thing that generates the most value and most income, for a lot of people, it's the hardest thing to just sit down and do. You'll sit down and tinker with your website, play around in your CRM, do all those different things instead of just picking up the phone, or hopping in the car. Like you'll drive by 20 buildings and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get to them tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna stop by tomorrow. Like, so what are the things that you all do to like effectively manage your I guess not so much manage, but protect your prospecting activities. Protect that window. Are y'all more of, hey, as long as I get these 20 calls done today, like that's all that matters. I'm gonna do them, fit them in here and there. Like, are y'all more of like, this is my block. Like I got these 2 hours that I'm 100% doing prospecting activity. So, until we get some questions rolling in, man, I would be interested to see what that's like for y'all.
Man, I'll hop in there. Man, I think that's gold right there. Like that is the like the golden piece right there is, protecting that prospecting time, because a lot of us will send off emails all day long, go get something to eat, go use the bathroom, go talk to our friend on the phone, then we come back and the day is like behind us and we've not done one piece of prospecting. So I truly don't I don't think that people really understand like the importance of prospecting. Um Simply because business, as we've grown up, right? We've always been taught to work a job
Hold on.
and
I don't want you to go too far because you might lose them just that fast. We might got somebody out here don't even know what you mean by prospecting. Can you tell us what that is?
yeah, absolutely. So prospecting. So yeah, so let's talk about that. So prospecting, a prospective client, meaning somebody that has the actual ability to be your client, but you have to seek out, that person and pitch your services. That is prospecting, right? So marketing and sales kind of all go together, but prospecting is putting your company out there looking for prospective customers, clients, right? And if you like, I always, when I speak to organizations, I always talk about like, I compare it to like, when you was younger, right? You was with your boys or your girls and you teenager and you go get numbers before the cell phone era. Before the
Right.
cell phone era, you go and you looking for girls, at the teenage age or whatever. So you're prospecting, you're looking for prospective girlfriends or boyfriends. So that is prospecting, right? You are accumulating a database, a black book. So when you're out there, that's exactly what you're doing. Even if they have a company right now, you put them, set them to the side. That doesn't necessarily mean no. So you have to allocate a certain
piece of your day strictly to prospecting, right? Now, if you got deals, rolling in and you got 4 proposals that you got to do before the end of the day, you got to get these proposals out, you got stuff going on, revenue generating activities, or things like that, IPAs, income producing activities, then okay, that's all right, cool. You may not be able to get to your prospect, but if you ain't got no deals in the pipeline, you don't have anybody who you done a walkthrough with, and you're just waiting on them to give you the green light. You don't have no walkthroughs lined up. You don't have, like, there's no motion. Your number one job, you're not a cleaning business owner. Your number one job, you're a cold caller and an outdoor salesperson. That's what you are, because that's what you need to be doing. And if you work it like a job, it will pay you like a business. But you gotta work it like a job. You gotta clock in. You gotta check in. Like you have to work it like a job. And do those RGAs or IPAs. You have to make phone calls. You have to go to different businesses. Hey, I'm in the area. Just wanted to know you. I'm open for business. You may have a company already or not, but when it's time to switch, I want to be the first person you call. Oh, great. Get a card. Get in that. Who handles that, by the way? Oh, that's Mike. Mike is not here today. All right. Will he be here on Monday? Yeah, he'll be back Monday. I'll be back Monday too. All right. Go see Mike. Right? Go see Mike, right? And if they got a company already, great. Mike, whenever they mess up, hey, I want to be the first person you call. Pick up this card right here. And I'm going to check back with you in 3 months just to see how things are going. Nice. Do that. Do that. Like, you do that in your community, dog. That's all you got to do. That's it. And follow up. And just keep following up. Call that same person every 3 months and send them a reminder. Or pop in there, hey, y'all, it's no longer cold anymore. You met them already. They know you. You know them. So it's not a cold call anymore. I rarely do cold. I still do cold stuff, but majority of my stuff is follow-ups. People I spoke to already. All right. So, but yeah, set time for that, and you'll see it come out of the back end of that pipeline. I swear to God. You'll see it. But if that front piece ain't working, ain't nothing coming out that pipeline. Nothing.
Yeah, it came out raggedy, but listen, that was a quotable right there. That man said, work it like a job or to pay you like a business. I love that one. I love that. What we got? You want to jump in there, Sherman? I think the original prompt was, how you managing those. You got it. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that. I love the question, but I think the question speaks more to one group of people that are in the business as opposed to there's another group of people that are at a level where, okay, we've reached this amount of revenue, this amount of accounts and stuff like that. I don't know if my foundation or my system is ready to bring in more accounts, right? So I don't want to go out there and get more accounts just yet until I build up my team, build up my system and all that other stuff. So those people that aren't really ready to bring in more accounts, but they're still trying to build, what do they do, in those times to say prospect? And so I would say, because I'm one of those people that I control my client, right? Because I don't want to get so big, so fast that I can't sustain it, right? I can't keep the same level of consistency with my cleans, with my inspections, with my team and stuff like that. So in a situation like that, I'm more so working on building my team and building my system up so that I can bring in more accounts, right? I'm at a level that I don't need to have accounts coming in all the time, right? I don't need to do that because I'm at a nice, smooth level, comfortable level, but I need to be able to be prepared to be uncomfortable. But in order to do that, I have to have the system so that when those clients start coming in and I start upping my cold calling teams and I start upping my campaigns and stuff like that, I can sustain it and control it as we climb. Does that make sense?
Yep. No,
all right. Good. But I love the question. I love the question.
Automation's king want to come in there.
I'm just gonna challenge you just a little bit on that.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. I knew you would. You wouldn't be you if you didn't.
Just with what I've been through personally, The mentorship that I've received, y'all know I like to just soak it all in, like from people that have done this way longer than me. Um, One thing that we got to make sure that we monitor a little better is keeping that pipeline flowing. Like, now when it comes to I totally get what you're saying as far as like, yo, we overwhelmed right now, or we're smooth right now. This is a season that we're really locking in on operations, or we got a lot going on. But when you turn that pipeline off, and you stop prospecting, or you stop bringing in, new potentials, that puts you in a tough spot, because they have a saying in the industry: if you ain't growing, you dying. So like, if you get to a place where hey, it's smooth or whatever, hey, let's keep bringing these in. If I got to find somebody else to work on or whatever, if I got to tell people, hey, we on a 60-day startup, so hey, I closed this contract, you got to give me 60 days before we can start. Taking different strategies like that, instead of just saying, I'm cutting it off for right now.
No.
Because as much as we want to feel like it's a faucet that we can turn on and off, in our industry, realistically, it's not. Now, if we was doing, SaaS or something like that, it may be a little bit easier, because people just always clicking and they always looking for the next new thing and stuff like that, and it would be a little bit easier. But when it comes to building services, where a contract could take you 2 years to close, like AJ hit on it yesterday, like these bigger contracts, they take a long time to close, but they also take a long time to get put out of, or move away from, or whatever. So I think that maybe we decrease our activity. Maybe, hey, we were doing 200 touches a week, you know what I'm saying, we were making 50 calls a day, but now we might bring it down to, like Brandon said, he doesn't do as much cold outreach anymore, but now your 20 calls a day might be touching and following up with those people that you already kind of have a relationships, accounts that you may have had your eye on already, ones that you submitted proposals to that you may have lost the contract, calling them 6 months later, to see how the person that beat you out is doing, and just letting them know you still there. But I'm gonna just have to challenge it. I just don't think that, like, our prospecting activity should ever really come to a halt.
Complete.
So we should still, even if it's low. One of the conferences I went to, this dude has a multi-million-dollar coaching business, and he's built his business off of 3 intentional phone calls a day. So like, it's not even calling a whole bunch of people. He has 3 people that he calls every day, but he's very intentional about who those people are, why he's calling them, what he's calling to talk to them about. Because sometimes it's even just, hey, you were on my mind today, just calling to see, I remember your kid had the softball tournament that they was going to a couple months ago, just wanted to follow up to see how that was going. Insurance, when I was doing insurance and financial planning, we had a birthday check-in. All of our clients, we had their birthdays. So you weren't necessarily calling them to just be like, hey, you ready to make that move now? Now, ultimately, that's the end goal. But the goal in the process of that is to keep that relationship maintained and there. So, you might call just to check in. Hey, I was riding by your building the other day, man, and just thought about that conversation we had a couple months back, and just wanted to, just tap in and see how you were doing, man. Now, you fixed that golf swing yet? Yeah, like, just different things like that to maintain the relationship, to continue to grow the business. Like, but if we stopping it, what if something happens, like one of your subs is just trash, like, they all of a sudden, they're trying to grow their business as well, so now your contracts aren't as that important to them, because now they done got their own contracts, so now they done put some other people in your contracts, and they done messed up, and so now you done lost $4,000 or $5,000 worth of contracts in one swoop. You know what I'm saying? And now you scrambling to, oh, I got to get this revenue back, but you don't have no pipeline because you slowed it down too much. Like, so I would say, we might not have the faucet running full open, filling the tub up super fast, we might have it on, like on trickle, like on drip or something like that. But we gotta, always be prospecting. Always, always, always. So
And just to kind of not push back, but just clarity. So
mhm.
it's never completely off. I'm more so along the lines of what Brandon does, where I'm following up on
Yeah. Okay.
previous accounts and stuff like that. But the cold calling and stuff like that, we don't do that every day. That's not
Yeah.
something we do every day, or 100 calls a day or a week or whatever. We don't do that.
Yeah. So it's more of an adjustment than a stop.
A controlled drip.
Yeah.
I appreciate
I
that.
love it when he comes back at me like that.
And that's awesome. Good. That's good for clarity, so that way everybody understand that. And so that two things on that. One, so I like Miguel kind of peeped that. I'm gonna go back to the top two and get the other ones, but he said so focus on quality of cold calls, not just the quantity. 1,000%. And I think shout out to Tony. Me and him talked about this a lot. And it's like I'm able to do quantity because of the nature of my company. We provide leads for a bunch of people all over. And it's like my caller might be calling for this company here in New York 1 minute, and the very next in 10 minutes they calling for another company in North Carolina. Then they calling for a company in Colorado. And these are all in the same day. So with us, it's way too much of a bearing to put on my callers to sit there and focus on. Oh, this is Miss Sharon and she works in accounting, and we spoke to her last week, and now we're gonna, now with 10 clients, we're starting to get to that point, right? But for you guys, for y'all individual companies, yes, absolutely, quality over quantity for sure. And that's what I just actually was kind of showing on that cold calling training I just did. So anybody in CBN, if you missed it, make sure you go into the community and go watch that replay, because I just did a cold call and training to talk about just that. So I want to piggyback on that. Other thing I want to piggyback on what Tone just said too, never turning the faucet off. I gave you an example. The lead generation. When we get backed up, y'all know what I do? When I didn't know any better, I literally would just stop it because it was like, we can't take anymore. And I don't want people waiting, months at a time for their leads and stuff and get mad. But I didn't know any better. And then I got one of my closest friends, shout out to Brandon. He knows business too. And I would just, we vent and tell each other about our problems in our business, even though we're in separate industries, but business is business. And he said, just raise the price. I said, what? He was like, just raise the price. He said, whenever demand is high, you increase your price. Whenever demand is low, you lower the price. And I was like, damn. So ever since then, I always do that. So so let's just say you are in a situation where you're not really looking to aggressively grow. Cool. Just raise your prices or raise your level of clientele that you want to target. So maybe you was taking those little once a week contracts and you going there for 2 hours a weekend or something like that. But right now, y'all growing, you good. We're not taking those right now. But if you come through with a behemoth, you know what I mean? If you got a $10,000 on my contract or $5,000, all right, we'll take a look at that. We might can figure that out, especially when you typically with those type of contracts, they ain't gonna want us to start tomorrow. No way. They're gonna get some time. We can train some people up, get it ramped up and ready to go. So, but I think that was an excellent point. And thank you for both of y'all for making sure you got clarity on that and drove that home. And so anything else before we go to the comments?
Yeah, man. Just when he's talking about focusing on the quality versus the quantity, you need a good blend of both. Depending on what stage you are in business. Like when you first getting started out, man, if you brand new, like quantity matters. Like, man, because that's how you improve the quality of the call on your end.
Yep.
Like, that's how you improve your language. That's how you improve being more comfortable. That's how you improve fighting through objections, which AJ and I were talking about that the other day. That's a problem a lot of people have, and we was seeing a little bit of that in the cold call class we just did. AJ just put on. Like, hey, when that person says, hey, they're not here, if you hang up right away, man, that don't even count.
Right.
Like, I think Bell says 5, but my thing is at least fight through 3 of them. Like, you should at least be fighting through between 3 and 5 objections on a minimum. Like, let them tell you no 5 times before you get off the phone, before you just decide, hey, I'm all right, I'm just gonna hang up and go on.
Right.
Now if they say, hey, take me off your list, Do not call me no more ever again, blah blah blah. Then you hang up that phone and make sure you take them off the list because you don't want to get yourself into legal trouble.
Right.
But man, like in the beginning, I feel like quality, like do it sloppy, like do it wrong, like but call a whole bunch of people,
Yeah.
like call a ridiculous amount of people, like and clean it up as you go. All right. So now if I notice that I'm calling 500 people a week and 450 of them hanging up on me, then that's a me thing. My quality is bad. But now I'm calling 500 a week and I notice that, I'm getting half of them to stay on the phone with me and give me information. Okay, now I don't need to make as many calls because I'm able to reach more people. Like, so now I can maybe bring that down to, 200, 100 or whatever. And like I said, like the one guy said, he makes 3 calls. So his call quality is there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like his call quality, he calls these people and he's able to have like conversations like when he calls them, but that's when your calls start getting a little warmer, a little more targeted. Exactly who you want to work with. You know exactly the type of businesses that you're calling, the type of businesses that you're reaching out to are going to need they're going to need your services.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether somebody on the inside, you got a cousin that work there that talk about how bad they bathrooms are. I know y'all need me.
Right.
Like I know y'all need me, so I'm gonna call. And that's a very different quality of the prospect, but also focus on the quality of your actual call. Like, what are you actually saying to them? Like, how long are you able to keep them on the phone? Are you able to extract the information that you need to set the ultimate goal of booking the appointment? In my opinion, I know some people like might beg to differ, but my opinion, man, like we do walkthroughs. So my goal for a cold call is to set the appointment. Some companies, their model, they can sell you an account right on the phone. We don't necessarily do it that way. So they're most sort of focused on the sale. Me, I'm more so focused on, man, I just need to get in there and make an introduction to you. Like when's a good time for me to do that? So not only focus on the quality of the prospect, but the quality of your call, like what you're saying.
1,000%, brother. Now we're gonna jump in here. Wichita Pro. Shout out to my guy Billy McPherson, 1010
Billy.
program. He says, top of the afternoon to my architects of my success. Y'all had me going hard in the. Oh, you made the paint. Okay, going hard in the paint, pulling an all nighter. Absolutely, and he had me up with him. I up texting him 12 something this morning, man, trying to make sure he get this contract together for this big deal he working on. So shout out to Billy. And I also, man, I ain't go to sleep about 4 something this morning. I don't know what was wrong with me, and I ain't tired either. I don't know what's wrong. But what else we got? Wichita. He also said that's me needing help building a team for sure. And then we got my guy Miguel says my weekly cold call. Oh, that was I remember he was referencing. This was back when you were talking about when Sherman was speaking on the team. And then we were talking about, okay, Miguel says my weekly cold call amount is about 115. I feel that I'm doing so many cold calls that I'm having a hard time with my follow-ups. I try to remember when I last called and what our last convo was about. So you got to remember that literally the training I just did today covered that. So definitely go back and watch that replay because that helps you fix all of that. You know what I mean? Like when you're using a CRM, I'm not just telling y'all, hey, join the CRM, join Klean Business Network so you can make AJ richer. It's literally going to help you, like, because that right there is exactly what that fixes. So make sure you definitely use a CRM, follow up, and because CRM too, when you call through the CRM, is recording every call, so you can before you call one, as y'all for those who were just on the call with me on the training call, I copied the number, copy and paste the number, search it in the contacts, and I can see when the last time we actually made that call, last time somebody spoke to them, what we said, listen to the recording, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? So make sure you definitely using the CRM. All right. And I know he added some more context to that, which we kind of touched on this earlier. He said, focus on the quality, not the quality, not the quantity. Exactly. And then, and again, like Tony said in the beginning, don't undervalue quality because again, you definitely want to get your reps up. But 1,000% though. Nothing like that. The quantity once you start dialing it in and you get your actual strategy going forward. Shout out to my guy Shannon checking in, says I'm gaining experience. I appreciate you checking in with us. And I think we got an actual question now. So Billy says, so would quality be scraping your leads, example, through Google and each cold call list and looking at the pitches? That's part of it. That could be part of it. So a lot of like I literally just did it, and I'll shut up and let some of the other guys talk. But looking at the pictures on Google could be a way of quantifying, qualifying those leads. Even researching and seeing on LinkedIn, like, do they have the person's title on there? You know what I mean? Looking on their website, seeing if you can get the email information ahead of time, seeing if you can get the point of contact information ahead of time. Those type of things. You know what I mean? So definitely something like that. Anybody else want to chime in on that question right there?
I'd say that's pretty much it. Yeah, you nailed it on the head. But that can be time consuming, right? So you should at least have something in place where especially if you're not working in your business, you have the ability to work on your business. That'll work. You have the time because that can be time consuming. Or you could delegate that out to somebody else, whether it be another staff or delegate it out to VAs or to the lead generation service. But yeah, that's definitely the way to go, but it's very time consuming. So find out a way to kind of mitigate that because you're still working on building and growing your business. And that takes a lot of time. So you need to be able to kind of manage your time a lot more wisely. But that's definitely the way to go.
Sure. All right, cool. I see Multivision checking in. Appreciate you checking in from Facebook over there. So for some reason, if you check in from Facebook, as long as you do it from the Klean Business Network page, we can see it. If you do it on my page, I don't know why, but it does not show over here. But appreciate y'all checking in nonetheless. All right, who else we got? I got Ben Trey checking in as well. He said, hey, shout out to Ben Trey too, by the way. I just want to highlight him because he's an actual student, man. Like he gonna make sure he get his studies in. Like I remember he was with us way back when we was doing Clubhouse, 2 years ago. Then he actually in CBN, he just got off that coaching call I just did, the cold call training I just did. Now he on here live with us. Like that's what it's about, y'all. Y'all gotta continuously improve yourselves. You know what I mean? Continuously feed your brain. I was listening to a podcast before I came on and started talking to y'all. Like I practice what I preach as well. So shout out to you for that. But anyway, he says, hey, can y'all touch on building a relationship versus selling for an account that was lost? Do you follow up checking in on them or trying to sell again or both? I'll let y'all talk first.
And I personally depends on what was the conditions of losing it. Like if it was a sloppy breakup, like, if it was one of them things that y'all just weren't, I guess you didn't have the business maturity yet, like as far as the systems and different things like that weren't in place necessarily, but it was a good relationship, but y'all just couldn't necessarily deliver what they needed. Like those are ones that, hey, after you get everything tightened up and cleaned up, those are not a bad idea to go back. But if it was just a sloppy breakup and, they talked about how trash y'all were as a company and all this stuff like that. Sometimes I feel like it's almost best to just kind of, let that ride. Like, unless you know of a very clear change in leadership or something like that. Like say it was a facilities manager and he was the one that made the decisions, but he was the one that just, he hated y'all for whatever reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then once he gets out the picture, if everybody else in the business was cool, like we had a situation like that. There's a client that I would love to go get back, if they had a change in leadership. Because everybody, all the students, the faculty, everybody was very happy with what we did. But like me and leadership just constantly clashed. It was a constant clash, and it wasn't our performance or nothing like that. It was just like, they wanted to be bullies and we weren't going. So like, it just we weren't going for that. But like if they were to change leadership, like that's when I would definitely pursue again, because it was a good contract. The terms were good. Like everybody else except for the leadership team, like the facilities leadership team, even the president and all them were happy with us. But the ones that had to work with us the closest and manage the contract and stuff like that, they were just, they weren't good clients to work with for us. So it was just one of them things like, nah, we gonna go ahead and get on up out of here.
Right.
But
Yes, I'm sure. Oh, it was, you gotta reread it. Basically, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but
What'd
so
you
basically
say?
he was saying, so if you lost the contract, and he's wondering, like, basically, do you keep following up to check in with him, just like to build a relationship, or do you go back and try selling again, or a combination of both?
Yeah, I'm right on point with Tone. I've had situations like that where, I've had accounts that I've lost or accounts that I've actually fired them. And it just really depends on the relationship. It depends on the relationship that you had. And you should always be building your relationship with your client, because building a relationship with your client when something goes wrong or, something isn't to their satisfaction, it's not an uncomfortable situation where they're mad or upset or pissed or whatever. They can come and talk to you. So it really depends on how that breakup actually happened. That'll determine whether I would go back. For the ones that fired me, per se, I don't normally go back to them. Um, for whatever reason, I just don't. But for ones that maybe I didn't necessarily, they weren't necessarily my client. They went with somebody else, but I still have a relationship with them. Then I'll definitely go back to them over and over again, just to make sure everything is good, everything is cool. But yeah, pretty much in line with what Tone said. Spot on.
Yeah.
I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but I see it say he lost on
Oh,
the bid.
go ahead.
Like,
You said
no,
lost on the
no,
bid. Oh, but
he
I
just
see. I
thought
see.
he just said on a bid. So I'm guessing it was a bid instead of an account. Man, if you lost on a bid, I would still consider that a
Oh,
warm lead.
absolutely.
Somebody that I follow up with pretty regularly. I would probably get them 6 months or so after, the person that started in the account, just calling, checking up. Hey, how are things going? Not, oh, they done messed up already. No, hey, just calling to touch bases with you. I know we had a good conversation during a walkthrough. We made it pretty far in the bid process, and I just wanted to see how things were going, if y'all were happy with the decision that you made. And if they say, yeah, they're doing great. Okay. When are you all considering going back out to bid? Is this going to be something that y'all just automatically just renew until, or like, is this something that y'all do every year? So I would probably take that approach if it was just a lost bid and not a lost account.
I'm glad he added that context too, because I sure was reading it the other way. So I'm glad he put that there. So that changed my whole answer now. But I guess so. Bam. So for me, if it's lost on a bid, then I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm following up next month, and the reason why is because I have seen so many times where we lost on a bid, and or we might have won a bid. This is me with Jam Pro, not me independently. But when I was a salesperson for Jam Pro, the ops manager, whatever, we would start the contract, and the franchise owner that we put in there did not deliver at all. And I already knew the person wasn't going to deliver because it was my job to put the particular franchise owner in the account. But I was in those situations, I had to do it because we had to fulfill their package that they bought into, right? So I already had somebody on standby to come in and save this thing. Anyway, so long story short, I knew that we would lose it if we didn't make a change quick. And some of those times, the customer ain't trying to hear that. It's like, bro, you was just here. The sales guy, which by the way, I wasn't the sales guy, I was the ops guy. But the sales guy, who they never see again once he closed the deal, the sales guy told us that y'all was gonna be able to do this, this, and this, and this ain't happening. And so now here we are 2 weeks in, and they already ready to make a switch. So sometimes you can come in with a save and put a different franchise owner. In this case, in y'all case, it'll be a different subcontractor in there and save the contract. But a lot of times they won't let you, and so they'll switch. So my point is, that's why I'll follow up sooner rather than later, because I also know that, and I always use this line, typically a lot of clean contracts contracts will let you get out of it due to poor service, or they typically have like some type of 30 to 60 day out clause where you can get out of the contract. So even though it is an annual contract, there may be some language in there that'll allow you to get out. If you don't mind, you can send me over your current contract, and I'll be happy to look it over for you to see if I can help you get out of the situation with this bad service, right? So I will follow up in a month just to make sure that they're happy with their decision. So that's one thing. And then I'm gonna let it go. I wanted to answer it the other way. I thought he wrote it, but just forget it. He didn't ask it that way, so I'm gonna let it roll. I see the time we got. All right, bam. And then Miguel says, "Is there a type of person that you would say is not a candidate for the 1010 program?" Absolutely, but I think Tony can eat this one up. But absolutely, there's a bunch of people that shouldn't do it. But you go first.
No, man, personally, from the way that I know our coaching styles are and the way the program is set up, like, if you don't like being held accountable, don't join the 1010 program, because we are going to call you up. We are going to try to get the best out of you, and that comes with accountability. People that just simply don't take coaching well, because there are some people like that. They feel attacked. Hold on, sorry. They feel like you're attacking them or coming at them, and it's just like, yo, you literally like hired us to do this, and so like don't take it personal. If you're not an action driven person, like if it's going to be constantly, we're starting at week 1 every week, then like, might not be the best person for the program, because we want you to grow, and we want to help you grow. But if we always starting back at first period, and it's the end of the day, and we still in first period, so we ain't learning English, math, nothing else, we don't have no opportunity to get past like even just the CRM. If we can't even get past the, hey, this is how you manage your CRM, we can't get past that, then how we gonna manage your activity? How we gonna work on proposals? How we gonna work on your time management? Like, how are we gonna even have the opportunity to really do what you've hired us to do, which is like, and I don't want people to get it wrong, because we've all talked about this before. Man, this program is built so that you have sustainable success.
Yeah.
Like, maintenance is this, sustenance is this. So we want you, after the program is over, to still have all the tools to keep going here, whether it's like this or whether it's like this. We don't want you flat after the program end, you ain't getting no more accounts and all this stuff. Nah, we want people that after the program is over, you done took everything that you done learned over the last 10 months, and you still using that stuff to keep your business going up.
No, that's big facts. You wouldn't jump in, Sherman? Would you say is anybody that you think shouldn't be in 1010?
Sensitive people, and people that aren't really ready to work. This is not something. First of all, you're paying for this, right? Number one, I get upset if, I'm sorry, I'm about to go on a tangent, but I get upset if I pay for food and people don't eat all the food, right? I'm paying for this. Yeah. If I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to get everything out of it that I put into it. So once again, what I say a lot is no deposits, no withdrawals. If you don't put in the work and you're not willing to put in the time, and you want us to just hold your hand, this is not a daycare or a nursery, right? We are entrepreneurs. We're growing our businesses, and it's not easy. You're going to have to put in work. You're going to have to put in time. It's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be, rose petals and peaches and all that other. It's not all of that, right? We are grown adults. We're all out here trying to make it, trying to grow. So if you're one of those people that you're sensitive and you don't want anybody telling you what to do, or you can't take somebody telling you, hey, nah, I wouldn't do it that way. That's probably not the best way to do it. We have to coddle you. Nah, don't even. Matter of fact, don't even pick me. I'm sorry, don't do that. Yeah, those people right them.
But hey, Brandon, you back right on time, brother. So real quick, the question was: is there anybody you think shouldn't join the 1010 program?
Oh, seriously. Yeah. Am I getting feedback?
I think it's doable. We can work with it.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody that I think a lot of people find programs online like this and think it's like, man, I could just drop this cash and get my business to grow to whatever amount overnight, and I ain't got to do nothing. So that's the wrong idea. That model is actually called an investor, where you just drop some cash and you get immediate cash flow and an already turnkey business. That's being an investor. We ain't at that point yet.
Right.
We got to learn business first. We got to actually build a business. That's the point where we are. So it's not like a fully done for you, but there are parts of the program that are done for you, which is the hardest part, the prospecting, the cold calling, all that is done for you. All you got to do is go close the deal. So, I mean, if you're not willing to go close the deal and do the second piece of the business, then it's definitely not for you. And then if you're not willing to sacrifice something, like everybody wants to be this business owner, and I know we're in this age where society is like, oh, be an entrepreneur. And I contribute that to some of the way a lot of us think now as well. Like it's not easy, right? You still got to put in some sweat equity. You still got to follow up. You still got to go out like a professional and meet with people. You're running a professional company. People are about to give you keys to their multi-million-dollar business that they didn't spend all their life on, and you think it's going to land in your lap without you putting in no work?
Yeah.
That's not the way it works. So those type of people with that mindset, who don't want to sacrifice, who don't want to get better, who don't want to invest into themselves and grow, definitely not for you. It's definitely not for you. So I would say they could save themselves some time and some money and try an alternative.
Straight up, brother. Straight up. And I'm telling you, it was real glitchy on there, but we heard the point, and I just wish it wasn't like that, because they should have heard that. Hopefully they got the message though, but I know it. But I'm gonna say this just to close out everything they said. If you ain't ready to work, if you think you just gonna click this little button over here, and you know what, AJ finna change my life, or CBN finna change my life, or these coaches finna change my, if you think you're gonna press that button, you're gonna drop this money and magic. No, don't do it. Do not do it. But if you, because I even on the discovery call, I still do the discovery calls myself. It's actually about to change here shortly. But but even on the discovery calls, I literally ask on the discovery call, are you willing to go the extra mile to make your company win? Are you willing to clean, learn our software, make cold call, all of these things? And everybody, yep, I'm ready. And as soon as you get in, you ain't moving like you're ready. So just make sure that you actually really ready to work. Like, it's still your business. You still got to build it. We just doing all the groundwork. We getting you the appointments. You just got to show up and close them, like Brandon just said. We give you the training. You got a community. You got multiple communities in 1010. 1010 got their own private little separate text thing. Like I told you, I was on there texting Billy last night to 12 something in the morning. This is our personal cell phone numbers, literally, in the WhatsApp group. So it's for the person that's really ready to go get it, but they want some support, because we all know entrepreneurship is lonely, especially for most of us. Everybody, sometimes people get lucky, but typically, you start your venture, you ain't got nobody to talk to, and then the people that you do got to talk to, a lot of times they don't got the answers to the questions that you have, and so that's what this is. It's really like we getting you set up to get leads fast and grow fast with customers. We give you the support system. We giving you the coaching, and then we definitely holding you accountable, especially some of these coaches on this panel here. I'm Mr. Nice Guy, but but definitely gonna hold you accountable for sure, and make sure that you do and get what you paid for. You know what I mean? So if you're ready for that, to go to that next level, then click that link, 1010program.com, www.1010program.com. All of these coaches bring something extremely valuable to the table, every single one of them. As a matter of fact, it's been kind of starting to happen on the accident anyway. As you go through the program, number one, yes, you can pick your coach, for those who were wondering. And two, a lot of times we end up just rotating y'all through anyway. So you're gonna get a taste of all of this because every single one of us brings something strong to the table. And so you're gonna get a piece of that. And all of y'all start off with me, just do the onboarding, make sure you're good to go, you in that software good, and then we're gonna put you with the right person that we feel like you qualify for or who you request. And we're gonna grow from there. But that's who it's not for, but who it is for is a person that's ready to get this done and grow by 10 grand a month. So click that link, www.1010program.com. I see Tamisha over here trying to troll me a bit. She said, can I get a 7-day free trial to the 1010 program asking for a friend? So, if I could, I would. But trust me, the amount it costs to pay these guys over here and all them cold callers to set those appointments and bail to be on top of everything, it is just not possible. And don't forget, I like to get a little money here myself too. So, you know what I mean? It costs a lot to deliver this program, but that's why it's so great. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all sign up. And with that said, I guess we over time. So y'all want to keep y'all ready to close it out? If you got more to say, I ain't gonna stop you. Right?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay, but go ahead, let us know. Everybody want to let us know who y'all are, where you're from, how they follow you, all the good stuff.
Okay. And just so you know, I already submitted the proposal. He's already viewed it. I can tell he's looking at it right now. So I'm waiting for him to sign it.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's go. All right. So I am Sherman Lewis. You can reach me at Sherman Lewis Official on YouTube or ShermanLewisOfficial.com on my website. I'm the owner of Squeaky Clean Commercial Cleaning Company, also Clean Success Academy, Clean Success VA Staffing Solutions, and the Invisible Bottleneck book, which you can get on Amazon or on any of my websites. But with that being said, I am your systems and automations person. I can help you level up and grow your business by systemizing and automating your business. If you need someone like that, you need to come into the 1010 program, connect with us, and we can take you to the next level.
Thank you. All right, who else we got?
Yeah, man. I'm Tony Williams. You can find me on TonyWilliamsOfficial.com, Tony Williams Official on all social platforms, man. And I'm just here to help you grow, man. I'm your accountability coach. You know, I'm not the one that's gonna take it easy on you because I want to see you win. Like, so if you are tired enough or inspired enough to change your situation, go ahead and click on that website, man, 1010.com.
Thank you, Tom. Mr. Orr.
Man, I don't know if my device is still tripping or what. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but it's just a little fuzzy, but it's good enough.
Man, I don't know what's going on with this thing, man, but I'm Brandon Orr. I am Brandon Orr on social media and YouTube. Man, CBN sales coach. I'm locked in with anybody who is trying to get better and trying to grow. And man, click the link, see what 1010 is all about, see how it could change your business, change your life. And let's win, guys. I'm out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. And I am AJ Simmons. I'm founder of the Clean Biz Network, and I am the Cleaning Business GOAT. Listen, join us, 1010program.com. You get to work with these beautiful, wonderful, great coaches right here. Like I said, I'm going to be the one to onboard you, make sure I get your goals and clearly understand what you're trying to do, what your situation is, where you work at, what your marriage like, all that good stuff. I'm going to learn everything about you to make sure that when we set these goals and expectations for you, that we're not trying to ask you to do something that's unrealistic. If you're already working 12 hours at your day job, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I need you making 100 cold calls for me per day, right? We're going to give you another plan. Maybe you need to get the higher tier plan with us where we send you more walkthroughs because you ain't got time to schedule them. Or maybe you don't need a bunch of walkthroughs, but we might do a lot of, you know what I mean? We might take a different approach. But either way, I'm going to listen to you. We're going to figure out a way for you to win. That shit, hell. We might tell you your schedule too messed up. Come back to us when you get a different job. You know what I mean? It might be that too. But you won't know unless you go to 1010program.com and see if you qualify to work with us. And we'll see if you, no man, we want to work with you as well, and we'll put you with the right coach to get you right. So that's what I got for y'all. My guy Miguel said y'all got to come out to LA sometime. We shall see. I was out in Vegas 3 years ago, maybe 2 years anyway. But yeah, that was close as we got. So definitely should go out to LA sometime. Shout out to Big Rome, he out there in LA. He's the one who shot that movie for me. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Said always appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you as well. Thank you. I will talk to y'all next week. Actually, we will talk to y'all next Friday, same time, y'all. 2 p.m. Eastern. We right here on the AJ Simmons channel. Sherman has streaming on his channel, and we also got to get Tone and Brandon streaming on their channel as well. But till next time, y'all, I'm trying to find my media so we can go out a little bit cooler than this. So here we go. What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. And the reason why I started the 1010 program is because I get it. Starting a business can be scary. All right, y'all. So what you see behind me is a text thread between me and one of my 1010 coaching clients. Watch this. All right. So Billy, we already helped him close this deal for $5,400 a month, right? But now they want to add more hours and renegotiate. So what you see at the top right there, at the very top, that Monday through Saturday and all that good stuff, that's me showing him the new numbers that I want him to go in at. So at $41.62 bi-weekly. So we talking about almost a $9,000 a month contract right here, right? Now below you can see I sent a voice message on top of that to add more context. I also sent him a recording of the actual video call that we just had because I did a live coaching call with him. And then below that you can see him thanking me. Right there in the white, you can see him thanking me as well as Sherman. Shout out to Sherman, who's also his coach in the 1010 program, thanking us for this guidance to help him try to close this deal. So he's almost about to double that contract with the help of us here in the 1010 program. So if you know you need this, go to 1010program.com, sign up and get that one-on-one attention that you need and close deals like this.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show.